Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Voyager, Season 3, Episode 7, Sacred Ground. First of all, this episode was directed by Robert Duncan McNeill, the guy that plays Tom Paris, which is amazing because I believe this is the first time a Voyager actor has directed an episode. I mean, we've already seen Jonathan Frakes and we've seen LeVar Burton, so this is the first time a Voyager actor has done it, and that's huge. I just wish this episode had been a little bit better. So kind of like the last episode, I feel a little bit bad where this episode, it just didn't engage me, to use a little Star Trek term. I didn't feel it. Like, it was really slow, and it was kind of interesting, and it felt like it was kind of on the right path to being a good episode, but it just didn't grasp my attention. So overall, this episode is basically science versus religion, where I think it was Arthur C. Clarke that said, magic is science that we just don't understand, or something like that. And it's basically kind of that thing where, like, if I were to go back in time 100 years ago with just stuff that we have laying around today as junk, like, they would think I was magical and I was a god and stuff like that. And so, and this episode kind of goes with that, like, is it religion or is it science? And it's almost a little bit of a takeaway from, like, Deep Space Nine, where, like, we have, in that part of the galaxy, we have Cisco, and, like, dealing with the wormhole aliens, aka the prophets, and stuff like that. Like, are they gods, or are they just aliens that are so far beyond us that we can't comprehend it? And it's kind of interesting. So the meat of this episode is basically Kes falls into a coma and Janeway is trying to figure out why. And so she asks these monks if she can do the ritual. And I mean, it starts out with her being in, like, almost like this, like, shuttlecraft train thing, which Estelle Harris makes an appearance, and she's such a great actress and she's so funny. Like, a lot of people probably remember her from Seinfeld. I feel like most people these days actually know her as just Mrs. Potato Head. Like, from the Toy Story movies, and she's super funny, she's super great. But overall, it's just Janeway going through all of these different, like, trials and tribulations and stuff like that, where, like, she has to have, like, some creature bite her. And overall, like, I just could not get into this episode. And then, of course, we get to the end where she does cure Kes, and the doctor has, like, the scientific explanation, and we kind of go back to that whole, like, is this science or is this religion? And I couldn't get into it. Like, by the time I got to the end of the episode, I was not feeling it. So for those who have seen this one, what did you think? Like, did you think it was much more interesting and I just missed something major? Or was this episode just one of those religious ones that, like, fell flat? Go ahead, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for everything, and I will see you guys next time for the 2-part episode, which I'm hoping to do live. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling that day. The Future's End.